Hello friends, we're doing our final video for the colour packaging series, although I will do a couple more of just those fun spin my wheel ones because that's a little bit different. I'll link the one I've already done down below. It was so fun, and the makeup that I created using that like wheel challenge thing was one of my favourite looks I've done in ages, so go check it out if you want. Today we are doing the final colour. Well, I did say we could do like brown packaging, so let me know if I should or not. I don't know. Either way, today we're doing silver, and I'm going to start with a little bit of skincare. I do have a couple of extensions in, look, just here, because my hair was like so lackluster today. It was like just sitting really flat and crap. I washed it last night and let it air dry, and then I straightened it, and I think it was just like, I don't know, it just sat weird. So if you see the extensions, don't mind that. I've not worn extensions in ages, and I'm out of practice. Oh, and I forgot to fake tan, I just realized. Oh well, I'm wearing a t-shirt, you can't tell. I'm gonna start with a little bit of azelaic acid. I love azelaic acid. I got onto it when I had that perioral dermatitis, and it really helped to clear it up. It's just like a really watery serum, and I feel like it does help with like redness and stuff like that. So if you don't know what the packaging series is, if you're new to my channel, I'm literally just doing a full face of makeup using one color packaging. I've done all the colors. I've done red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, gold, rose gold, black, white. I'm gonna take this all the way down my neck as well because I'm trying to remember to hydrate my neck more. I've been a little bit slack. Oh, this feels so good. I love the feeling of the serum. It's so light, it gives a little bit of stickiness as well, which is perfect before makeup. And the glow, it's just nice. Gonna do a little bit of my Marion May tranexamic acid and glutathione. It's a mouthful eye cream, but I kind of like to put this like everywhere for moisturizing. It's good for freckles, hyperpigmentation. It's got vitamin C in it. So especially good for me leading up to summer because I do get freckles quite easily. Primer time. Yes, I'm going to use primer on top of the skincare. As long as you're letting all of the layers kind of sink in. Don't apply excess amounts, of course. I don't find any problem with the makeup on top. And as long as I'm not using anything too like thick, heavy, nothing that'll like pill up, you know, like all these products sink into the skin really nicely. I don't even know if I have a primer with silver packaging. This is the only thing I have with the silver cap, so it is what it is. This is the Glow Hub Baby Beam. I do really like this. It's kind of like skincare primer in one, I would say, and it gives you like a almost like strobe cream kind of vibe, if you like strobe cream. This is the Angel Beam color. I don't even know what the other color looks like, but anyway. It's kind of like Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter and stuff, except to me, I feel like it's more of like a strobe, like, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me more of MAC. If you've tried both of them, you might know what I mean. Rub that in. That's not a bad choice on top of all the skincare anyway. It'll just give the skin a nice finish, and it's not adding too much like heaviness to my skin. Adding it under my eyes as well to really like glow and moisturize the area. I like something glowy under the eyes, like under my concealer. I feel like it helps to brighten some more. See how it's just got like a tiny bit of coverage. Personally, I feel like it's too glowy to wear without like foundation on top, but that's personal preference. I know that some people use this alone. Okay, foundation. I don't have fake tan on, so I need to find something a little bit paler. I was immediately drawn to this, but I do think it might be a little bit too dark maybe. It's the Chroma Cover by Be Perfect. Let me just swatch a little bit. The color I have is N3. Yeah. That's beautiful coverage and everything, but it's going to be like a shade too dark. I have my House Labs. I actually just used this the other day and it was a good color, but I've got even less fake tan on since that. Yeah, that's still too dark. It's better than the other one though. I might have to use my Holy Grail, the It Cosmetics in Fair. This is usually my no fake tan shade. Let me just wipe this off first. Wiped off half my primer now, that's the problem. I think it's just gonna have to be this because the only other thing I have is my Maybelline Superstay in 10, and I love this, but that's too dark as well. This is very silver. Okay, so this is one of my holy grails, especially for summertime. Did I just get that all through my hair? Because it's got SPF in it. I usually use SPF under it as well. I'm not bothering today. I'm not even gonna see the light of day. Also provides kind of like a barrier over your face, for me at least, so it stops me getting freckles, because even if I go outside just with sunscreen on, I get freckles. So I'm going to use some of this. This has been one of my holy grail products for years now, and it lasts a long time. Like, it's expensive, but one tube lasts me like ages. And look at the coverage. It's kind of like full on. It's a very like moisturizing texture, like imagine CC cream, like a moisturizer, you know? I don't feel like it dries down as much as like most foundations do, so I probably will have to use some powder if I've got one. This brush is the Huda Beauty Build and Buff. This actually works really well to like spread it out nice and thin. Sometimes I just use my fingers with this, but I don't feel like getting my hands dirty. I think I mentioned in my declutter video that this is one of the products I wanted to like use up as well, so this is good. Just put so much product in here. Like it looks like it's kind of like, you know, being used a lot, but I feel like I don't even know if I'll get through this summer. And I definitely prefer this formula than the illuminating one, if you're wondering, even though I love illumination. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is like glowy enough. Obviously I do have a glowy primer as well, but just trust me. I've got a couple of options for concealer. I've got my House Labs, or I've got this Shaaanxo serum one. And I want to use this because I use it not often at all, but at the same time, I feel like I need coverage. So the color of this is called Shannon, by the way, if that wasn't clear. That's why I want to use it, but I feel like it's a little bit lighter, so this will be more coverage. We've got the shade 02 Fair Golden. It's like a thick, creamy kind of texture. And I used to, like, I still really like the CC cream, but I'm just feeling it right now. And I feel like in the few short years that like that product's been out, I feel like these days, so many skin products, foundation, skin tints feel a lot lighter on the skin. Like the CC cream definitely has more of a heavy moisturizer feeling. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but it's just a little bit different to what I'm used to now. I'm just using this little Danessa Myricks Yummy Face 3.0 brush. I love this brush. It's so good for concealing. And that concealer actually looks stunning. Wow. I feel like every time I wear this I like it, but I forget to use it. Like I always just go back to my Natasha Denona one. I was worried the colour was going to be like too dark with no fake tan on, but it's not bad. I'm just brushing the brush afterwards through my waterline. Just to add a little bit of product to the redness. And my waterline is so red and I'm scared I'm not going to have a eyeliner to correct that, so thinking ahead. Okay, I definitely need some kind of like cream bronzer or something just to add a bit of shape to my face, because right now it's giving potato. I'm gonna go in with something I never use. This is Gaia from Trini London. I don't want to use too much of this. I'm gonna use this Huda Beauty brush to place it. It's a nice color for when I don't have fake tan on. Like I don't think it's too dark, you know. Man, it's actually so nice. I'm going to flip the brush. Maybe I'll just try to rub off some of the foundation onto my hand. As I said, I don't want to get my hands dirty. I can't talk today. I keep like mixing up my words. I did have a terrible sleep. Yeah, this is such a good natural kind of vibe. There's something going on my forehead just here. There's like this ring of like separation. Like I must have like a little dry patch or something. The other thing is the CC cream's old, so maybe it's going to do weird things. I love how easy this bronzer is to blend. I'm going to add a little bit more and I love the finish. Can you see where I'm applying this to? I'm not really like going contour. It's kind of like on the cheek and then I'm blending it back. So it's like contouring but not. I don't know. This is why I love doing these random videos. Wow. That is so pretty. Good natural vibes. It doesn't look super obvious. I can't really see where it starts and ends. It just, I put a lot on my nose, but that's because I'm going to powder and everything. I really like that bronzer. Small problem. I don't have a silver under eye powder. This is the most silver thing with the silver pattern on it, and it is a like brightening thing, but should we just give it a go? I've got nothing to lose. I need to set with something because it's definitely sinking into my little wrinkles. Well, not wrinkles, just the shape of my eye. I actually don't really have many under eye wrinkles, thankfully. It's definitely more just the shape of my eye, and like dehydration really sets it off, but we've got a lot of skincare under there right now, so we just need to set it in place to stop it from sliding around. I think that actually worked pretty good. I'm doing it in a kind of like triangle motion. Let's smooth out these eyelids while we're here. That worked really well. I only tried this like one other time, I think. In my full review of the collection, this is the Charles Jewel collection from Flower Nose. I did a whole video about the collection, and I think I already powdered beforehand because I didn't realize there was powders in the collection. So this is probably like the first time I'm really trying it separate to that video, and it's beautiful. Just like the others, very finely milled. And I'm just using this on my T-zone too. I really like how shiny that bronzer is. Like, it's giving a really nice glow to my cheeks, so I don't want to mess with that. I'm just gonna put a little bit of the powder above my brows, just here, and then like up through the center, kind of connect it, leaving a little bit of like the glow around the temple. The main area I like to have quite matte is right here, like at the sides of my nose, where it's like that smile line. Don't care about the smile line, it's just where I have a little bit more like of a texture with pores, just like most people do there. Kind of want to use a little bit of a powder bronzer just to kind of smooth out this nose and everything. Let me see if I've got one. Thank goodness, I've got a Dior one. Don't even know if you can get this one anymore. This is the Mineral Nude Bronze, shade 4 I think. And it looks like this. I've barely used it, so once again, I'm happy that I'm being forced into it right now. I'm using a medium face brush. And I'm just going to go kind of like over where the bronzer is a little bit. Bit too much. Okay, we're having a very tanned forehead today. I don't want to go on top of like the cheek just here where I've got that nice glow. I'm just going to keep it to the back area. And on my brow bone. Okay, I'm going to try and do my brows next. I'm always nervous about the brows, but I think we should have benefit stuff, right? We've got so many options. This isn't even all of them, but I'm going to use a little mixture today of... I might just use benefit for old time's sake. Okay, so first I'm going to go in with the Mighty Fine Brow Pen. I'm using 2.5. Effed mine. Look at it. Oh, actual idiot. Oh well. I reckon it'll be fine. Just filling in some of the areas of my brows that have like a little bit less density. My brows are in a good need of a like pluck or wax right now, so I'm just doing my best. And then I love this. This is shade 3 of the Precisely My Brow Wax. And I use it similar to the Maybelline one I've been raving about lately, where I kind of like draw it on, get the shape right. And then I just push it down and it creates a little bit more definition. I don't really go for perfect brows these days. I do like my brows to look like, not natural, but not 2016 brows. So I don't mind if they're not like perfect. I just want them to look bushier and like more filled in than natural. Alright, so with my jewellery today and everything, I kind of want to do something a little bit like, I don't know, not like alternative, but just something a little bit different, but still like pretty and hot, you know? I'm thinking graphic, because I feel like graphic always makes me feel like hot, but it's not just like same old, you know? And it's not too far out of my comfort zone. I'm definitely not using a product that has not got silver packaging. Why would you even suggest that? 3 options for my eyeshadow palette. I actually had a couple more, but these are the 3 I want to choose from. These little 20s. These are the Swan Ballet series 1 and 2. So we have some neutrals here. Gorgeous. And I especially want to use some shimmers out of these palettes, but we'll get to that. And then number 2, this one has some more silvery tones, which would be appropriate, of course. Then I've also got the Icy Nude palette from Huda Beauty, which I don't think you can get anymore, but some stunning shades that I might just like reach for as well. I'm going to start with a blender brush, and I'm going to start adding some warmth with maybe the lighter color from this one, and literally just stamp it on all over the crease like this. That's such a pretty like peachy color. I love it. I am going to use some silver, but I don't want this whole look to be cool tone today. So this is a good starting point. Now I'm just going to build it up one more layer with some circular motions. It's almost like a neon friggin' peach undertone, isn't it? It's really cool. Love Flower Nose eyeshadows. I'll link everything below. I've got a discount code for Flower Nose as well if you're interested. Using a little bit of this color now as well. Just underneath it almost, blending them together. And I'm also going to run that color underneath because I just think it's a nice color that'll help to like just warm up my eye area even more. I'm going to use the darker color just to frame out where I want my liner to go today. So if we do like bottom, we do one of those little like graphic, I've seen them everywhere lately, like the graphic elongated eye. I don't even know if that makes sense, but you'll see what I mean soon. So if I leave a little gap and then do my wing like normal like that, that will have a wing shape here. I'm gonna do it a little bit higher into that top part of my crease just there, like lifted. Okay, I'm gonna go in with like a black or something to do this soon, but I'm just starting with brown so it's easy to fix if it looks like crap. Do like a little straight bit there. Hopefully I've got a silver eyeliner I can put in between. I'll have a look in a second. I don't know, something like this. Whoops, whoops, too big. I think I'm gonna do my eyeliner before I do any shimmer, so I can kind of like lay the shimmer on top to give it more of that like worn in, like grungy kind of look, rather than shimmer first then tidy it up. You know, I want the shimmer to be like the afterthought. Maybe I start with the grey and then go to the black. Same brush, just layering it up. So this is the grey. It actually goes on kind of black looking, but it's not. It's like a charcoal grey. And I think I'm just gonna layer it on and hope for the best. I am a little bit nervous about this colour. I don't usually use like hard out grey. Man, these are so pigmented. They shock me every time because they look so whatever in the pans, but they're really good. And I'll also put a little bit just in the start. Okay, it looks kind of cool. I don't think I need too much on the bottom. I might just wiggle it in like right through here and leave the brown at the very tip, just so that it's not too harsh. Does that make any sense at all? Probably not. You know, I'm not putting it here, I'm just leaving it there. By the way, I was looking at my base before in the bathroom. I was washing my hands because I had so much crap all over them, and the base looks so bomb, like outside of the studio lights. Okay, now I'm doing it, you probably can't see. Back underneath here. And I'm not getting too much fallout. I feel like when I was using my Natasha Denona ones to do stuff like this, I got more fallout, whereas these powders, I don't know, they seem to be a little bit neater to use. I actually really like that technique I just did too with the brown first, because it actually is giving a little bit of a halo and warming it up a little bit, so it doesn't just look like super grey and like washed out on my skin tone. I'm gonna go in with the black. And I'm really just gonna fine tune it. I'm just gonna put it in like the lash line and in the darkest parts, just to deepen it even more and make it look super cool. Basically just bringing in more dimension. Okay, this inner corner looks absolutely jacked up and I can't figure out why. Anyway, whatever. I think I'm just gonna clean the brush I've been using. Now it's a little bit wet, and I'm going to go in with the silver color at the top here. I haven't even used the Huda Beauty palette yet. Maybe I'll just try not to. I'm going to very carefully put that right in between. See, it's a little bit too loose sparkly. Maybe I'll have to use the Huda Beauty after all. Okay, I'm using Platinum from Huda Beauty. Yeah, that's better. I don't need heaps, just a little line in there. This would be a cool look for Halloween too. You could like switch up the colors. And then with the silver, I am going to use the silver on my finger like this. I'm going to pray that it doesn't look ugly. I'm just going to tap it on my lid and then bring it up towards the brow, so there's like a little bit of shimmer just sparkling up the way. Does it even make sense? Whoa, this is really pigmented when you pack it on. I did not mean to put on that much, but here we are. I'm gonna layer it with this whitish color, like a really pale champagne-y kind of color. Don't know how to feel about that, but it's done now. Hell yeah, we've got a silver eyeliner. Perfect. And I really don't like silver eyeliner, but I'm trying to commit to the bit. Hopefully once we do lashes I'll like this more, because right now it looks weird. Maybe the peach wasn't a good idea. Maybe I just go into this palette. Let's take a little blendy brush, maybe like a crease blender. Then we want to kind of take something a little bit cooler but not too cool, so I'm thinking maybe this color here, High Life. And let's just add some of that in the front and back of the eye, like the inner corner, outer corner. That's a bit better, isn't it? That eye versus that eye. Can you see the difference? Just like a subtle little switch up. Yeah, I think it was a bit too peachy. Like the undertone was almost neon kind of. I've got so much fallout. Disaster, baby toad. I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with this pinky color. A little bit around that inner corner. I have a silver tube, but it's brown, so I'm gonna do a mixture. I've got the tinted primer from Benefit, and then the MAC Stack Lash, I think, Black Stack Mascara. Anyways, hopefully it's not dried out. Okay, it's got a little bit of silver. Okay, I'm the judge, I'm the boss. And then we're gonna do falsies. I'm gonna do one eye, so that's the primer on. It just gives a little bit of like a tint. I love this. I used to rave about it years ago. I haven't actually used it in ages. It's probably so expired. It's so nice just to wear on its own, like for a no makeup day. Anyways, we're gonna use it like its actual purpose today as a primer. Yeah, this is a little bit dried out, guys, but she'll be right. To be honest, I don't really even care what these lashes look like because I'm putting on false ones, so whatever. And I'm trying to put lots on my lower lashes to make them like almost spiky. So I'm like dragging the formula down the lash with the tip. Does that make sense? I want kind of like spiky lashes today. I feel like the mascara made my lashes go flat. Do you ever find that with some mascaras? Like your lashes are like up and then you put the mascara on and your lashes look shorter all of a sudden, like after the mascara dries. I feel like I used to really like this mascara, but I don't know. I don't know. Alright, that needs to dry. By the way, this does have silver, okay? This color's kind of cute and there's lots of silver on here. This is the shade Dreamy Season, the Swan Ballet again. So pretty. I'm just quickly going over the lash band with some black eyeshadow from this palette. Blush. I feel like this color's perfect too because it's like pinky but like a little cool tone. And then for the highlighter, we've got this translucent loose setting powder, but it's the Light Catcher in Celestial Light. Don't know. Oh yeah. Do you see that? Putting most of it here and then kind of just dusting whatever's left like right under the eye. This has a little bit of silver on it, okay? I'm gonna use a little bit of this because I feel like my nose looks enormous today. Painting these because I want them to be super spiky. I don't know. I don't know if I even like this eye makeup or whatever. I just use setting spray before I do the lips. We've got the Hollow Hold. I felt a few globs just then. For the lips, this is a challenge video, so we're going old school, we're going discontinued. There weren't actually a lot of lip pencils and there was silver. There was like the Rare Beauty ones, but they're the wrong color, I can tell already. Whereas we've got Mari. If you know, you know. And then I've chosen this today. I don't know what it's gonna look like. Silver lid, I don't even know. Can you focus please? And the shade's called Lovably 24. There's heaps of different colors and it's like a little tinty kind of glossy tint. They smell really nice. Just gonna let that dry and then I'm just gonna go in with Mari again and like shade. I just think that looks nice with the eyes. It's not too like intense. Okay, literally my hair's just making me feel really, really ugly right now. So I might just darken up a couple of my freckles because that pimple there needs to be turned into a freckle. It's dark silver. Isn't it weird how sometimes you get older and you just get more and more moles? Alright, there is my makeup. Okay, I actually kind of love it now that everything's on. The eyes are like super sexy and like smoldery. Those flower nose eyeshadows are so sparkly. They're incredible. And that highlighter was a definite hit. Don't even know if you can still get it or if it was like a limited edition little thing, but what do you guys reckon? Do you like it? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will talk to you guys in my next one.